Good evening, and welcome to the October 2nd edition of EastCast. I'm Raquel Stowe with John Shallow to bring you this week's news. The big story this week is Hurricane Gloria. The name Gloria is Latin for glory, and the hurricane certainly showed us her glory this past weekend. She was labeled the worst hurricane in the century before she came, and people feared her. Even the ever-busy stock market closed down until her passing. The entire New Jersey shoreline was evacuated. Then, at 10 a.m. on Friday, September 27th, Hurricane Gloria struck New Jersey. While Cherry Hill picked up the lighter part of the storm, other cities were not so fortunate. In Atlantic City, trees were uprooted and telephone poles knocked down, while floods were waist deep. The entire state of New Jersey had been virtually closed down that day, including, much to the delight of students, all schools. Now, almost a week after Gloria's coming, everything is pretty much back in order, but Gloria still has left her mark in the record books.
Hurricane Gloria left her mark on East as well by causing the cancellation of our annual pep rally. She also forced us to postpone our Spirit Week dance. The hall decorations got a head start, though, by finishing their jobs on Thursday. The seniors have devoted their hall to this year's theme, which is MASH, while the juniors have recreated ancient Greek and Rome in honor of their theme, which is Greek and Roman togas. The sophomores have transformed their hallway into Sesame Street, and the freshmen have put up palm trees and hula dancers, as their theme this year is Hawaii. The winners of the hall decorating contest were the seniors in first place and the sophomores in second place. The sophomores, advised by Mr. Anthony Malatesta, have rallied to take over second place, trailing behind the seniors. The juniors are in third place. The freshmen won the milk drinking contest, but are still in fourth place. Last Wednesday, we announced the winners of the cake decorating, but we are missing some of the names. To give those people credit where due, the 9th grade cake, Surfing Hawaii, which won for the most spirited, was by Christine Kokolis, Elizabeth Sheck, Kim Young, and Shamita Mandel. The 10th grade most imaginative class ring and Muppets was by Cheryl Gilmore. The funniest, Senioritis, was by Warren Milligan, Doug Scott, and Ken Smith.
Spirit Week isn't over yet, though, thanks to Gloria. Tomorrow, the 4 classes are holding practices for Friday's jump rope contest. The best part of tomorrow is that it is Costume Day, which was originally not scheduled due to the short week. But Costume Day will be tomorrow, so choose your clothing to match your theme. Points will be earned. Friday, you can also earn points for your class by wearing red and white to school. The following 7th period on Friday, East will rock the gym with spirit at her first pep rally of the season. Let's get psyched for fall sports. What better way to end 2 weeks of spirit than to attend the Spirit Week dance Friday night in the gym? Wear sneakers so that the floors are not damaged.
Part of the fun this season is seeing friends who have gone to college and beyond. The Cherry Hill High School East class of 1975 will hold its 10-year reunion November 22nd at 7 p.m. at the Cherry Hill Hyatt. For more information, write P.O. Box 338, Mount Laurel, New Jersey, 08054. Another reunion taking place is the class of 1970. This 15-year reunion will be held November 29th at the Sheraton Post. Send classmates' addresses to Cherry Hill High School East class of 1970, 2633 Davies Avenue, Pensacola, New Jersey, 08109. The SAT program will be held on this channel, B15, every Tuesday and Thursday, 7:30. Verbal lesson number 1 will be held, followed by the math lesson 2. That's the SAT course every Tuesday and Thursday on channel B15 at 7:30. There are many individuals at Cherry Hill East who have brought pride and honor to our school. Many of these go unnoticed. Mr. John Pavone and the class of '86 have tried to remedy this by the Spirit of East Award to recognize these outstanding individuals. Each month, a recipient will be named for meritorious service. The first recipient of this award is synonymous with the crisp Saturday afternoons in football. He is the person who makes sure the varsity is well equipped for in long, grueling seasons. But his involvement with the Cougar sports only begins in September, for he can be seen aiding the winter and spring athletes too. Therefore, it gives the class of 1986 great pleasure to present the very first Spirit of East Award to Mr. Eddie Johnson.
The Creative Writing Club is meeting with advisor Mr. Roland Lavoie to prepare the November edition of Vignettes, the student writing magazine. Don't forget to come to tomorrow's Spanish Club meeting. The club will be planning the year's activities and visiting some more with the Spanish exchange students. Once again, we hope that their stay here at East has been enjoyable, entertaining, and educational. They have been able to travel to Washington, D.C. and experience some of America's history. Students from East participated in the Spanish exchange program with Seville. See Dr. Rowland for information. There are many new teachers at East this fall. Freshman Drew Katz spoke with Mr. Stephen Schnell, a 20-year teaching veteran who is at East for his first year.
What subjects have you taught, and do you have a preference?
In the past, I've taught for 19 years 7th and 8th grade English, and this year is my first year teaching high school course, and in particular Western civilization. As far as a preference goes, I don't really have one because English and history I like very much. The difference really comes in dealing with the junior high school age student as opposed to the high school age student.
Okay. What has been the major adjustments from back to East?
Well, the two major adjustments I would have to say, number one is the amount of paperwork that's involved, and number two is the simple size of the physical plant here. It's much larger than the junior high school is. The paperwork has been rather heavy, but it's paperwork which has to be done, and it's necessary, both the kind that has to be done for the school to run and the kind that I have to do in order to prepare for my classes.
How does it differ teaching in the high school level?
Well, again, in the high school level, the thing I really appreciate most is the age of the students that I'm dealing with. They tend to be much more mature and also more interested in learning the particular subject. The junior high school student, while enjoyable and challenging, was sometimes very difficult to work with.
Thank you very much, Mr. Schnell. This is Drew Katz for EastCast, and now back to you, John.
Hurricane Gloria did not prevent Saturday's football game. We wish it had, though, because in sports action over the week, Woodrow Wilson's football team beat the Cherry Hill East Cougars by a score of 13-3. The Cougars took the lead on a 36-yard field goal by Dave Mitchell in the first quarter to lead 3-0. But East got shut down offensively after that. The Tigers soon took the lead on the first drive of the second quarter on a 32-yard touchdown pass from senior quarterback John Elzey to his favorite target, Henry Tootin. Tootin later helped out defensively when he stepped in front of a Cliff Foley pass on the Cougars' 39. On third down and long, Elzey connected with sophomore Donnie Bunch that completed the scoring at 13-3 as neither team could get its offense rolling in the second half. Offensively, Cliff Foley was 10 of 21 for 131 yards, but gave up 4 interceptions. Tom Cullen was the leading rusher with 27 yards on 10 carries. Defensively, the Cougars were impressive, besides the 2 long touchdown passes. In boys soccer action, the Cougars game at Highland was canceled on Friday because of Hurricane Gloria. No word yet on when it will be rescheduled.
East cross-country teams opened their season last Tuesday with victories. The girls beat Triton 25-30. The boys team beat all 3 opponents, Triton, Gloucester Tech, and Deptford. The boys cross-country team continued their perfect season on Monday by running past Woodrow Wilson 19-42 and Gloucester Catholic 17-42. Their season's record is now 5-0. The leading runner, Brandon Hamilton, was closely followed by Mike Kreslov, Bomba Angelito, and Steve Brooks. Also scoring for the Cougars in the meet were John Chukas, Mark Shapiro, and Scott Bannett. The girls' team beat Woodrow Wilson, but lost a close race to Gloucester Catholic 27-30. The record is now 3-1. Kathy Jacobs was the individual winner in 21-3. Other runners from East were Michelle Simakowski, Chris Dolan, Leanne Pike, and Sue Simmers.
This Friday night, the men's gymnastic team meets Toms River East in their first home meet. East is last year's state sectional and league champs, so come out and support the team at 7 p.m. in the boys' gym. Open gym will be held every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday after school in the girls' gym. Get yourself in shape. Next Tuesday, October 8th, there's an important meeting for all boys interested in trying out for the boys' basketball team. The meeting is at 2:45 in Lecture Hall 1. Congratulations to the varsity and JV girls of the hockey team who defeated Paul VI 2-0 and 3-2 on Monday. Liza Fox scored both goals for the varsity, and Daria Camuzzi and Michelle Manuel brought in the JV goals.
John, did you know that we're moving from B15?
What? Again?
Yes, but we are assured that this is the last move. Our permanent home will be E18 starting October 13th. But don't watch B15 because that'll be a Mickey Mouse show.
And finally, in the not-too-common knowledge file, this week is the National Ask a Stupid Question Week. This is 1 week only, so ask things you normally wouldn't ask this week. I'm John Shallow with Raquel Stote and student cameraman Jeff Kahn. Have a good evening, and stay tuned for the first film forum show of the year with Joe Baltake of the Philadelphia Daily News. The film featured tonight is Jerome Kern's Till the Clouds Roll By. That's Film Forum following the junior high school news. Sleep well.
I heard Ophelia's party was really great.
Yes, she had a doggone good time.
Don't forget to watch Cherry Hill East's own J.D. Roth tonight at 10 p.m. on Channel 10 as he appears on the new hit TV series, The Equalizer. You're watching the Cherry Hill Public Schools television station, Channel B15.
Good evening. Welcome to the West Report. I'm Jim Rosica.
And I'm Matthew Cohn. Tonight's lead story is the Mr. Cherry Hill West contest. This Friday evening, October the 4th, at 7:30 p.m., Cherry Hill High School West will once again hold its annual Mr. Cherry Hill West contest. It will be held in the auditorium, and the cost is $2. No ID will be needed. The contest is modeled after the Miss America contest. Students will get the opportunity to view 13 of their schoolmates in competition for one of the most enamored titles in one's high school career. The audience is also given the bonus of voting for who they think deserves the title. To add on to the excitement, last year's winner, Tom Groman, is flying in from the University of Pittsburgh. Mr. Cherry Hill West 1985 will be there to both perform and crown Mr. Cherry Hill West 1986.
The sophomore class's Mad Hatter's Dance, which was to have taken place last Friday, has been rescheduled for October 11th. Admission is $2 with a hat. Without a hat, it's $3. A student ID card is required. If you have lost your card, please see Ms. Raymond in the library for a new one. The freshman class elections take place on Thursday, October 3rd, during homeroom period. Because of the voting, homeroom will be extended that day. Mr. Minadiri, advisor for the class of 1989, approved the following teams for governor and lieutenant governor: Becky Greenstein and Julie Sanders, Drew Hannes and Howie Rigberg, Lisa Canavo and Andrea Braden. If you are a freshman and intend to vote, you must be present at that time. No voting will be allowed after the end of the homeroom. And during the extended homeroom, the other classes will fill out forms for West's annual back-to-school night on October 9th, a Wednesday. Activities commence in the auditorium at 7 p.m. Parents will follow a scaled-down version of their son's or daughter's schedule. The purpose of back-to-school night is to acquaint parents with the high school and their children's teachers.
On Sunday, October 20th at 1 p.m., Cherry Hill West Marching Band will hold a competition in the Joan C. Morris Stadium. 8 bands from all over the state, including 3 state champions, will compete. Cherry Hill West will be there, but they cannot compete because it is the host. Bands are judged on marching and maneuvering, musical execution, and general effect. The cost is $3 for adults and $1.50 for students and senior citizens. Refreshments will be sold.
And now Fred Rose with What's Hip This Week.
Hi, I'm Fred Rose. I'm here to tell you what's hip. This week on What's Hip, we'll take a look back at James Dean on the 30th anniversary of his death. The 1950s produced three major media personalities that influenced the American population. These, of course, were Marilyn Monroe, Elvis Presley, and James Dean. While Elvis portrayed the dangerous rock and roller and Marilyn the beautiful sex pot, it was James Dean who portrayed the troubled, sensitive teenager, a role we could all relate to so well.
I think that you can't just go around proving things and pretending like you're tough.
That's right.
You can't, even though you you look a certain way, you can't.
That's right. You're absolutely. You're absolutely right.
You're not listening to me. You're involved in this just like I am. Now I'm going to the police and I want to tell them I'm involved in this tonight. And I don't want.
Did anyone see you there? Did anyone see your license plate?
I don't know.
What about the other boys? Do you think they'll go to the police?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Why should you be the only one involved?
Well, far be it for me to tell you what to do.
Oh, are you going to preach? Do we have to listen to a sermon now?
Well, I'm only trying to tell him what you mean. You can't be idealistic all your life, Jim. Nobody thanks you for sticking your neck out.
To yourself.
His film career spanned only three movies: East of Eden, Giant, in which he co-starred with Liz Taylor and Rock Hudson, and Rebel Without a Cause, co-starring Natalie Wood and Sal Mineo. Of the three, this movie, Rebel Without a Cause, remains the most powerful and memorable. He portrayed Jim, a teen having a tough time fitting in at a new high school, and his struggles to gain the affections of pretty Natalie Wood. It is interesting to note that all of the major stars of this movie each died tragically violent, premature deaths. James Dean's car crash 30 years ago Monday, Natalie Wood's tragic drowning 3 years ago, and the still unsolved murder mystery of Sal Mineo. James Dean's look and attitude continue to influence America's teenage culture today. And any of you unfamiliar with James Dean, called the first American teenager, can check out his movies being re-released this week as to commemorate the 30th anniversary of his death. Well, that's about it for this week on the show. Stay tuned next week for another episode of What's Hip.
On October 16th at 7 p.m., Cherry Hill West will hold its Higher Education Night. Representatives from various colleges and universities throughout the country will be there to talk about their college and what it has to offer. All students who are interested and would like to know more about it are asked to see their guidance counselor. Special note to juniors, the PSATs will be given on Saturday, October 19th. Students are asked to see their guidance counselor for registration fees and deadlines. Also, the first SATs will be given on November 2nd. It's too late to register now, but the deadline for the second SATs, given on December 7th, is November 1st. Again, for more information, students are asked to see their guidance counselor. On the sports front, last Saturday, September 28th, West varsity football team clashed with Triton in an Olympic Conference interdivision game. Despite all efforts, including a third down, 45-yard pass by quarterback Andy Albrecht to Pat Kane, which gave West a first down inside the Triton 15-yard line, the Lions could not hold Triton off, resulting in a 9-0 loss. In other sports, on Tuesday, October 8th, West's boys gymnastics team will go against crosstown rivals Cherry Hill East. If you do not have the opportunity to see this meet, it will be aired on the Cherry Hill cable channel on Wednesday, October 16th.
And intramural volleyball with Mr. Meehan began this Monday. If you'd like to participate, the times are 7 to 9 every Monday in the Delaware gym. And don't forget to wear your sneakers. Once again, NYT Cable Television is changing the location of the Cherry Hill Public Schools channel. As of Sunday, October 13th, we will no longer be operating on B15. Our new assignment will be channel E18. NYT explains that the channel shuffling results from the changeover to the new Sprucer converters. Stay tuned for Film Forum with Cherry Hill West's own Mr. Truitt coming up at 7:30. Mr. Truitt's guest is Joe Baltic, movie critic for the Philadelphia Daily News. Tonight's featured film, Till the Clouds Roll By.
And thank you for watching the West Report. Please don't forget to tune in next week at this time. Good night.
Good night.
You're watching the Cherry Hill Public Schools television station, channel B15.